got Papa Leonard in the house. Hello, sir. How are you? He's representing La Quinta, California. Okay, you guys, we're at the top of the hour, so we're going to go ahead and get our party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for attending our special Saturday ILCA overview. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for today. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses. And this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey. Yes,
there we go.
there he is. Okay.
Yeah, my computer and mic has been acting funny with me the last couple of days. So good morning, everybody. Thank you, Ms. Casa, for that introduction, and happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome. I promise you we're going to keep this short and sweet. I want to thank Ms. Casa for being our hostess and being consistent every single day and week for all of you guys, and on this Saturday. And she's got a lot she's got to take care of now, because now that the 5-day challenge is over with, we're preparing for Chicago. So if you guys are there, you'll be able to see her live and the first time on stage in front of the room doing her own presentation in a live audience. So we're looking forward to that. So thank you, Ms. Casa. So everybody else, as Ms. Casa said, my name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. I'm the founder and CEO of ILCA, that technically stands for Ivy League Coaching Academy, and underneath that umbrella is our Crypto Academy. And I've been teaching and covering crypto education now since 2018. I've been doing crypto talks since 2017, and the first time I ever bought crypto was 2016. But I didn't actually start to teach this until 2018, when companies asked if I could create crypto education courses for them. And I was either their lead crypto educator, or they were white labeling my content. And it wasn't until 2022 that I created my own educational platform. You know, if you want something done right, you got to end up doing it yourself. And so no longer will we be under the thumb of a CEO or some other company that has an agenda. We have our own agenda, and that is strictly education. There is no compensation plan with us as far as an MLM or network marketing. We're not selling tokens. We're not selling investment opportunities. We only sell one thing, and that is education. And that is the point. And this is a community driven movement that we have here. Being 3 years old, we're documented. You can look us up on your whatever AI you have. Just put my name in there, Bitcoin Brandon ILCA, and see what your AI has to say about us. We're constantly evolving and growing. One of the critiques that AI had about us, I think it was about a year ago, Kenny found it, was that I didn't offer enough what they considered free content. And I found that interesting, since I've been doing Bitcoin boot camps for years for free for the community. I also offer a free ebook for anybody that registers, and we do a 5-day challenge once a month for free. However, we take heart to that and we listen, and there's going to be a whole lot of new upgrades coming to ILC. In fact, I'm going to be putting together a series of courses that will be free to anybody that registers for our 5-day challenge. I haven't decided whether it's going to be 5 or 10, but I already have Bitcoin 101, which is a basic beginner course. Well, some people still think that that's too advanced. So I'm going to be creating an even more dumbed down version. And we're going to be providing that for free, no cost. So that will be coming soon. That's one of the projects I'm working on this summer, as well as I have 2 more courses to complete this summer. Actually, my goal is to get it done before Chicago, which is finishing up the decentralization courses that I'm way behind on, and I miscalculated on the course this year called CBDC. I thought that this would be the year of CBDC because that's what everything was pointing to last year. Instead, it's actually stablecoin. So I'm going to have that course completed this summer as well, the stablecoin, because that is the future. It's like a race, especially in the United States. The rest of the world is still all about CBDC. But in the United States, we have a race. Now, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let me go back. We just completed our 5 day challenge. So if you were a guest on our 5 day challenge, I hope, in fact, I know you learned something new. It's impossible to sit through that, especially if you sat through all 5 days and not come away not knowing something. So we wanted to make sure we covered that you understood what the technology of blockchain is, what cryptocurrencies are, how to get involved with wallets, what the difference between all the different wallets are, and then most importantly, the security to make sure that your assets are secured and that you're protected from hackers and scammers and pig butchering and romance scams and phishing attacks, which is where most people lose not a little bit of money, but they end up losing their life savings. Just this past week, we learned of two individuals, two elderly people. One, she was 77 years old, lost her life savings over the course of 18 months to a pig butchering scam. And then we heard of a gentleman over the course of 2 years that lost $20 million to the same type of scam that was avoidable. So it's one thing to make the money, it's another to be able to keep it. And if you're a part of any program involved with crypto, and that program is not emphasizing education to you and security, you might want to take a pause on what's going on there. And you know what the intent is, just to make as much money as possible with no regard on whether the people in your community are also safe at the same time. And that's one thing that we focus on, that you're safe and secure at all times. So what is ILCA? ILCA is not just crypto courses. ILCA is a community. It is a movement. It is like-minded individuals who have one simple goal: to have a better life than what they have right now, and to take advantage of the most important piece of technology over the last 1,000 years that's going to change our society, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you trust it or not. Your opinion of this is irrelevant. It's happening if you're not plugged in and aware of the news, which most people are not. If you're in the inner circle, you're plugged in, but you have to take yourself out. Imagine all the people who was not part of our inner circle. They're not paying attention to the news. They're not paying attention to what the banks are doing. They're not paying attention to what all the financial players are doing, what the government is doing, and what's going on with other countries around the world. And we're just blissfully ignorant, living our lives, going to work, making our money, and paying our bills. You have no idea the risk that we are currently in right now, and they're not prepared for it. That's what ILCA does. It prepares you for the worst while we expect the best. We prepare for you not just to survive, but to thrive in this new environment. So if you choose to become a member, you've already registered at ilcachallenge.com, and that took you to our 5 day challenge. What happens is and this is going to happen when I release the free courses, you're going to be able to have access to our membership. One of the things that we like to do too is make sure that we can keep the scammers and the hackers out of our communications. If you're in the MoveQuest community, every public communication that they've had, the hackers have infiltrated. And it's not that they're hacking into it, they're also part of the community. And since it's decentralized and it's crypto, it's anonymous. We don't all know who each other is unless we willingly want to share. So they're in the community and they're looking for those who are vulnerable. So we have protected our community. For example, I do have Telegram channels. I have WhatsApp channels. We don't have scammers that's in there because they have to be verified. You have to be a member in our community, so we keep them out. In fact, we're about to do an audit soon, probably I'll wait till after Chicago. At the end of July, we're going to be doing a refresh, and we're going to be having new Telegram groups and whatnot because we got to clean house and make sure that it's secure with people who are supposed to be here, more importantly, people who want to be here. So we're going to be doing that again just to make sure everything is safe. And we have a lot of things coming, especially next Thursday. I'm going to be announcing for the first time just to our inner circle members about some opportunities that we are involved in and endorse that are passive opportunities, the ability to make money without having to recruit and without having to sell a product, good, or service. And we will be starting to do more communication about that. I've been very, very private on the things I've been doing and testing things out now. And people have been knocking me over the head because they want in on some stuff. I'm gonna actually share. Marnita's smiling because she knows what they are, and she sees what's going on with me. You know, one specific where I've more than doubled my money without doing a doggone thing, without telling a single soul about it in less than 2 months. So we're excited about that, things that are coming. But you're going to have access to our private chat group that we have here. And we have an app and a website that has different chats based on what your membership level is that you're going to able to interact. Not only this, but if you choose to purchase our courses, then you'll be able to access these courses again on our website or on our app. And here's an example of our courses. We have Bitcoin 101. We have Crypto Advanced. We have cryptocurrency trading. We have Internet of Things, decentralized finance, NFTs, metaverse, tokenization, artificial intelligence, Web 3.0. And then this year, we launched 3 new courses. And every year I launch 3 new courses. And this year I chose the 3: security, CBDCs, and decentralization. Now, because I was off, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I choose what's going to be the hottest topics in the crypto space for the upcoming year. The year before, going into 2024, December 2023, the 3 courses was artificial intelligence. No, not there. Let's go back to show. Oh, I hit the wrong button. But artificial intelligence, tokenization, and Web 3.0. Those were the 3. Web 3.0 is the future of the internet. Artificial intelligence, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And that's always going to be the future. In fact, I'm going to have to do a new AI course for next year, going into the new year. And um, tokenization. Tokenization of real-world assets. So let me ask this quiz question again. How much money is up for grabs with the tokenization of real world assets? Type it in the chat box. There you go. 867 trillion. Everybody's going to be impacted one way or another. The year before that, you know what the top 3 courses were? It was metaverse. There's my other one. No, I already did NFTs. Yeah, metaverse, NFTs, and decentralized finance. Now we have our 3 new ones. We also have, outside of purchasing our courses, and if you want to purchase our courses, you want to get back to the person who invited you, especially our partners, and you can purchase the courses. If you go through us, our courses, you can get all 13 courses, that's 200 videos for $24.99. $24.99. However, you can break them up in a bundle. So if you say, well, Brandon, I'm just brand new. I don't know if I really want to know all of that yet. Well, okay. You can get our first 4 courses for $750. Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, and Internet of Things. And you can buy them in bundle packs for $750 each. We have 4 bundle packs. Or how about this? How would you like to get this at a discount? Instead of paying $24.99 for all 13 courses, how would you like to be able to pay $9.99 for all courses? How? Well, you will be able to have the option, and we will have this up on our website soon, to purchase from one of our partners. I have partnerships for people who want to be able to brand themselves and be able to sell my crypto education almost in a white label fashion to their own community without having to send them to ILCA. And by doing that, we split the benefit 50-50. So I'll give you an example of one of our partners, Carla Arrigo, for example. Carla Arrigo, this is her own website, Be Best You Can. You go to her, you can get all of my courses for $9.99. Ah, that's $1,500 off. So you might say to yourself, hey, Brandon, I think I might want to be a partner. Because if you're a partner, you can be able to sell my courses and you earn 50%. So not only on all the courses, but what if they decide to get the bundle from you? So instead of paying $750 from me, you can get it from Carla for $299 or any of our partners. So on my main website, I will have a page that's going to highlight all of my partners. And for the first time in 3 years, I am actually stepping outside of my warm market, and I hired a marketing group to do advertising for ILCA. In that advertising, I'm going to be funneling them not directly to ILCA, but they're going to be funneled to my partners. So you might want to be a partner in taking advantage of the advertising that I'm paying for, because we both win by doing it that way, and the people are able to get the crypto at a discount. Another thing that we have that's very big is our membership. Our membership. And what is that? Well, it's one thing to be able to watch the courses on YouTube. It's another to be able to get us live and to be able to ask questions and interact with each other and learn from each other almost on a daily basis. We have 3 memberships, gold, diamond, and platinum, ranging from $49 a month to $149 a month. And I'm not going to go into details. You can go to the site ilca.app to see what the difference is. But the bottom line is we do a live inner circle crypto talks, which I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek today, 4 days a week. And then on Saturdays, I do it open as I do a presentation. So people on the outside, especially if you want to share with others, you can be able to, they can see what this is about without having to have any type of financial investment and position, and just see what it is that we offer. Our crypto talk is priceless. The crypto talk is not designed in a way that I'm trying to be like a YouTube influencer, that I'm trying to get clicks. The Inner Circle Crypto Talks is how I learn on a daily basis in a rapidly growing space with the greatest technology invented in the last 1,000 years. That doesn't happen by osmosis. That doesn't happen because I watched a video. I have to stay on top of this every day. I just turn the camera on and the mic and take you guys on the journey with me. And then our diamond and platinum classes, we have twice in the evening where we have classes where right now I give our members the opportunity to let me know what it is that they want to cover. Right now, they want to talk about how to trade Bitcoin and crypto. That's what they want to learn. So for the past almost 2 months now, and it's this lesson here, how to trade Bitcoin and crypto, we've been doing that and we've been learning. And by being a part of our members, if you take action on what we're showing and teaching, you will make far more money than the cost of being in ILCA. In fact, you can make one move and it pays for your ILCA education for the next 2 years for those that do it the right way. And right now we're doing the how to trade. You see, Leonard made a post. I am teaching myself a new strategy. And this new strategy has my goal is, oh, wait, we're public. I'm not showing that yet. You guys got to be in the inner circle or diamond. My strategy is how to average at least 1% a day without having to stare at the screen all day, literally minutes. And I'm close to figuring it out. And I'm figuring out a little trick. This is not something that can actually be taught. It's something I figured out just by doing it, but I'm showing you guys how I'm doing it live. Now, imagine that. The best auto traders out there that are legal are doing anywhere between 5 to 10% a month profit. The illegal ones will do promising you 20 to 30%, and you think you're doing good and you're making a lot of money, and then all of a sudden it gets shut down and you find out it's illegal. There was no real trading going on. They were only funneling new money to pay old people as a Ponzi. But when you learn the skill set yourself, then you now put yourself as a walking ATM machine. So I can do 30 to 40% or 5% a week, 5, 10, 15, 20% a month myself. So that's one of the skills. And by being in the Diamond member, we record everything. You'll be able to see all of our recordings from 2024. How many classes did we do? 53 classes in 2024. And you'll have access to all the classes we've done in 2025. Here's our January. We're on class 30 right now. We're doing live trading on Kraken. And so if you come in and say, am I behind? You can always come back and watch our old trainings here. Everything's recorded, including the inner circle. The inner circle as well. If you can't make it live because you're either working or you got other meetings or things going on, then you can always come into our membership section and see. Well, I have some from 2024, but look at every month: January 2025, February, March, April, May, June, and here's all the topics. What's the last one we did? Was on the 26th, this past Thursday. For the first time ever, a humanoid robot rings the Nasdaq opening bell. Russia sets digital ruble deadline for mass adoption by major banks and retailers. Citibank accused of ignoring signs of $20 million crypto romance scam. That's how we learned about that one. And we do some live training, and I show my wallets. That information is priceless. You got it. It pays to be in the inner circle, only for 49 bucks a month. So this is what it means to be a part of ILCA. And if you want to be a founder or a partner with us, and what does that also mean too? Well, I do have a way, because people say, well, Brandon, I want to make some money. And you say you're not an MLM or network marketing. I know education is important, but can I make money as well? Can I earn while I learn? Yes. Any of our partnerships gives you affiliate income, meaning that if you share with somebody else and they decide to purchase anything in ILCA, you will get a percentage of that. So if somebody gets the gold membership for $49 a month, you will earn 5% of that every month. Diamond membership for $115, you earn 10% of that every month. Platinum membership for $149, you earn 20% of that every single month. But if you're a founder, I'm not keep saying founder, if you're a partner with us, you earn 50%. And you will have your own website to be able to market my crypto education courses and everything ILCA. And your own website, you can choose to mention us, or it can be directly your brand with your colors and everything that you want that's about you, branding you to your community, and never even mention ILCA. And we already have everything set up from the merchant account, from the back end. By the way, Carla, you're going to be pleased. We found that glitch that we were dealing with. Ms. Casso has been working very, very hard behind the scenes and has figured out a way to correct that, so my systems are talking to each other. That's active right now, and I know me and you are going to be meeting next week. So everything is running, everything is in place. You can literally, like, who loves dream mode? You guys want to see some money? And this is not speculation. Let me do some dream mode with you. Let's say you have a community. You might come from another company that is interested, the people are interested in learning about crypto. But you don't want to put them in ILCA because you, whether afraid or not afraid, you just say, hey, Brandon, I love you, but I'm not trying to promote you. I don't want my community to become your community. I want to keep my community. I want to brand myself. I want to build my own brand. That's perfectly fine. That's why we did this. And let's say 50 people that know nothing about ILCA, but they know everything about you. 50 people go to your website that we've created for you. They purchase the crypto education. Now, the very first company in 2018 that was selling my crypto education, they made millions of dollars in the first 8 months. And it was only 3 courses: Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, 45 videos. You know what the cost of that was? $1,000. Any of you here that was a part of that KGX Cryptogenics, anybody that's on now, I know Sandy, I know Melanie. Who else was around in those early days? Type me in the chat box. Jacqueline Briggs, she was at the very first as well. Shauna Ross. It cost $1,000 just for 3 courses. Here, with our partners, the same cost, you get 13 courses. And I'm much better now than I was back then. 200 videos. So you're a partner, 50 people, 50 times, you get half of that, $500 each. You just made $25,000. Now, here's something else that we teach you. It's not about that you just made that money. What do you do with that next? And this is where partners pay attention to what I'm about to say. This is where our passive programs come into play. Because how did I get to where I am today when I only started with $30? I knew how to flip it, and make it work for me. We will show you how to take either all or a portion and put it in systems to earn passive income every single month. In fact, with this amount right here and one of the programs, that's an extra 5,000, a little more, almost $6,000 a month. So you can literally say, Brandon, I'm just getting started. I don't have $25,000 to invest and do any kind of thing. I can show you how to raise it, become a partner with us, sell it to 50 people, make $25,000, and I'll show you what to do with that. And now you have a steady monthly income coming in that you don't have to work for. That's just, and I'm giving you guys kind of a heads up. So we have ways to do this. What did you say, Brandon? I have 500 people that need crypto education. 500 times $500 each. That's $250,000 that you just made. I'm looking for partners that want to make some serious money. All right, with that, and I'm short on time, I need to stop the presentation side. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of what we do in Crypto Talks. I have a hard stop and meeting at the top of the hour. What's coming next is we have a Monday night recap call where we're going to talk about how to make money in Bitcoin and crypto. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So if you're late and you missed the 5-day challenge last week, you can still watch our recap call Monday night. Just register at ilcachallenge.com. It'll also be streamed on our YouTube channel. Now, and then Thursday, this is why you want to be at least a gold member. This is our VIPs for $49.95. I am only, when I talk about passive income and other things that we'll be doing, I am stepping back from doing anything public. Everything's going to be private. So if you want to have that type of information, you got to be a gold member. Because the things that I do, It's not about making money based on recruiting. So I don't need to speak publicly. It's about making money on the project itself. So I don't need the world. In fact, I don't need any of you to do what I'm doing. I can keep doing what I'm doing and making that money. But for our community, I see the benefit that it's going to do for you guys. So I am sharing it privately. But you've got to be in our inner circle. Next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I'll be having a special call, and I will be giving more information than what I've given so far and getting ready for Chicago, because at Chicago, we will have very detailed information, especially on that Sunday morning in Chicago. So we're getting ready for that. So you have time, upgrade yourself if you haven't to gold member. If you are a gold member, you want to be a platinum. Upgrade yourself to platinum, because I am going to be making some changes as far as the diamonds and the platinums are getting, and especially in our evening classes, adding more value. But you're going to want to be a platinum. Platinum gets everything. Also, platinum gets you access to all of my courses. And any new course that I bring out, if you're a platinum member, you have access to that. Now, it's like you're renting it. So if you stop being a platinum, you're not going to have access to the courses. But as long as you're a platinum, you say, well, Brandon, I don't have $2,400 to buy all your courses. Become a platinum member, and now you have access to all the courses every single month. So that is what we have here in our memberships. Now let me switch gear and give you a sneak peek on what we do in our crypto talk. Now you hear a lot of crypto educators out there talk about learning how to read the charts, which is great, and I did early on, but you need to be able to do so much more. Reading the charts is only going to give you enough information. It is not going to accurately be able to predict the future. You need more, and that's something I call geopolitics. You need to be aware of what's going on in the world, what's going on in your local politics, laws and regulations. What are the politicians doing? What are the social things that's happening in the world? Because that impacts. What are other countries doing? Between BRICS and de-dollarization and the government passing crypto laws and the IRS doing things. So we cover all of that. And there's something I call it the Trump effect. No amount of reading the charts can predict if Trump or Elon Musk do something that's going to move the entire markets unexpectedly. We cover that in our inner circle. So the first thing I do is I want to look at our traditional markets. Traditional markets is US Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. Wow, this is up 400. It has not been this high at 43,000 since January. Yeah. So whatever's going on in the world, I have not looked at the news today. The market is up 432 points, S&P 500 32, NASDAQ 105. In Europe, it's all green. Wow, US is green, Europe is green, Asia mixed. But the Nikkei is up 500 points. Wow. So I'm curious how this is going to look on Saturday. Yeah, that's going to be some big news on Saturday, Monday morning. Monday morning crypto talk. We got to see. No wonder why my positions hit. You remember Inner Circle? I showed you guys I had 7 positions trades open. 5 of them have closed. I made a lot of money. Okay. 2 of them are still open right now. And I'm going to do a new reposition after my morning meetings. And then on Tuesday night, Diamond class, I'm going to share with you guys in detail my new strategy. And there's lessons that I learned, what to do and what not to do. But on the most part, it's working. And I have to watch myself and my own greed level, because if I can get a 2% and then I kick myself when I see that it went to 5% higher, 6% higher, and I think I lost. I did not lose. I still made a 2% profit. So it's going with my strategy. So I got to stay in that. But we'll go over that Tuesday night on the next Diamond class. Okay, next thing we do is we look at the crypto market. I use CoinGecko. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. This says we are down 1.1% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is at 62.6%. Ethereum is at 8.6%. Bitcoin is almost flatline the last 24 hours, trading sideways. Ethereum is slightly down 0.4%. Ripple is up 4.9. Oh, look at that. Ripple jumped. Solana jumped to 2.9%. Tron 1.3, Doge 1.2. If that's the case, how was this down 1.1? That means altcoins took a hit, or CoinGecko is not showing accurately. Yes, nah, yeah. CoinMarketCap has a market up 0.5%, but CoinGecko has it down 1.1%. Let's see any outliers here. Pi Network dropped 5.8. Well, let's look at best performers. Clairvoyant, you made some money? That's what I'm talking about. Quant, that's up 7% in 24 hours, but 13% on the week. Fartcoin is up 5.8. I made money on that. That was one of my trades. SPX, I made money on that. I made 3.2% over the last 2 days on this alone. XRP is up 4.9, Jupiter 4.6, Bonk 3.4. And just so you guys know why I say you want to be in the diamond class, the goal is to be able to average making $150 to $300 a day, or on the short term, earn $50 to $150 a day. If you're able to do that yourself, let's go on the low end. I like to dream mode this. Just $50 a day profit is an extra $1,500 a month. Can anybody use an extra $1,500 a month just by making an extra $50 a day? How? Well, if you're trading with $10,000 and you just did 0.5% profit, you made $50 for the day. If you're doing $150, that means you're just doing 1.5% profit a day. 150, that's $4,650 a month. So that is my low short-term goal. So in our Kraken account, I'm going to get up to $10,000 trading in it, and to do at least 1.5% a day. That's the strategy I'm practicing for myself. Okay. Let's see. Worst performing tokens. Kaya. Oh, Marnita, weren't we just talking about this one? Only problem is Kraken's not selling it. Pi Network, Aave, Arbitrum, Bitcoin Cash, Gate, Aptos. Aptos. I just made a move on Aptos. Hold on, I need to take a quick look. Yeah, I just bought Aptos at $4.73. It's $4.77. So if I were to sell right now, I would make a 0.7% profit if I were to sell it right now. I don't have a sell order in there yet. All right. Now, why did I choose Aptos? Well, if you're in the inner circle, you know why I chose it. I just gave you guys a hint. Tokenized exchange. Kelp, Mantle, also all the Ether tokens. So it's not pretty kind of flat, except these guys lost some. Since we're week to week, the best performing token over the past week is Say. Kaya's on crypto.com. Okay. SPX. That's why look, it's up 19% on the week. Oh, go figure. Look at all of my SPX trades. See, this is why when you know how to read the charts, you choose accurately. So I've been trading on a token that's up 19% on the. Do you think I made some money? Yes. Fartcoin up 14.3, Jupiter 13.4, Quant, Caspa, Sonic, Stacks, BitGet token, Hype, Aptos. Worst performers of the week: Kaya, Chronos, Crypto.com's token, Celestia, Gate, Mantle, Really? Coal, tokenized exchange, Pepe, OKB, Toncoin, Cardano, Internet Computer, Monero. All right. Next thing that we do is, since we just read the chart, see what's going on. I showed you guys how I'm trading, and I'm only doing a little bit because we're public right now. You got to be you got to be a Tia. Don't we have? Didn't we have a position with Tia? Uh, did I? Yeah, I did a lot with Tia. I did a lot there. Okay. Oh yeah, we were experimenting with it. All right. So the next thing that I do is what's going on in the world. What's going and specifically through the lens of crypto. I want to be clear about this too, since I'm public. You know, we live in a society today where people are very, very passionate about two things: religion and politics. And sometimes they blur the lines between both. And they get easily offended if you do not believe the way they do. So ILCA is not about one side over the other. We want to have an environment where everybody feels welcome. Now, it is next to impossible to be able to be, um, what's the word I want to use? Completely neutral. It's almost impossible. But we try as best we can not look at the news based on what we believe or don't want to believe, but based on what's happening. Try to understand why it's happening so that we can predict the future and how that's going to impact our markets and our bottom line. How can we benefit on something we don't even like happening? You guys understand what I'm saying here? Now, again, sometimes, and I can speak for myself, I have my own strong personal beliefs because I come from this world. I was educated in this world. My degree is in political science and sociology. I study people and systems. So it is extremely difficult for me to hold my tongue. Sometimes things slip out. However, the goal is to take that information that is happening, whether we like it or not, and how is it going to impact the markets through the lens of crypto. You guys understand? Am I making sense here? Type me in the chat box. Through the lens of crypto, not my own personal beliefs on what I want to happen and what I don't think should happen, and I'm ranting and raving and whatnot. So here, the silent, and here's another thing too. I do not read these articles beforehand. A lot of YouTube influencers do. That's how they manipulate. I'm reading this. You're getting my live reaction in real time. Okay. I don't even know the articles until about an hour before we go live. I don't even pick these articles. I get them from Marnita's Facebook group. She posts every morning all articles, and I don't choose all of them because we don't have enough time. I used to do 2 crypto talks a day just to keep up, and that was in 2017 and 18. It's far more information today. I will be bringing out a version of late night crypto talk though, so get ready for that. So the silent rise of USD1. Do you guys know what that is? One is a stable coin, but who's behind it? Type it in the chat box if you know who's behind USD1. World Liberty Financial stablecoin, the next big player in crypto. Trump is. You guys got it right. Inner Circle knows what's up. World Liberty Financial, a Trump family backed DeFi platform, has partnered with RE7 Labs to launch a vault for its USD1 stablecoin on Binance. So let me pull up on the charts USD1. Is this trading active? And what I mean by trading is anybody is actually using it. Number 52, let me go this way. 50-second. Yeah, it is active. BlackRock, is theirs active yet? No. Isn't that interesting? BlackRock stablecoin, $2.8 billion market cap. USD1, 2 point. Trump's got a $2.2 billion market cap already? And BlackRock's at 2.8? How did he do that? That is interesting. With 876 million in 24-hour volume. Now, those of you who are educated know this is not tokens. Stable coins are not tokens that you're investing in. It's funny when I hear people sending me, you guys should see my inboxes from people from the outside. Hey, Brandon, which stable coin should I invest in? Really? Say, why don't you get crypto educated first before? You don't invest in stable coins. But USD1 is on the move. What you might want to invest in is World Liberty Financial. Trump family-backed DeFi platform, here's why, has partnered with RE7 Labs. He's got the Middle East investors, huh? To launch a vault for its USD1 stablecoin on Binance. How a simple vault could unlock billions in crypto liquidity. He could choose this for America. If it's already close to what BlackRock's sitting on, the collaboration announced on June 27th, that was just yesterday, will deploy USD1 on Euler and Lista decentralized lending and trading platforms. I am not familiar with either. Euler and Lista, I'm not familiar with those. This vault aims to scale USD1's utility within the BNB chain's ecosystem, enhancing capital efficiency and transparency in DeFi. Market caps at 2.2 billion. Remember, he just started this less than 6 months ago. Trump's family's making a killing off of crypto right now. Billions of dollars. REC11 Labs, the innovation arm of London-based Capital, RE7 Capital, brings technical expertise to the initiative. Now, here's why I say I know they're making a killing. Because every transaction has fees. Those fees are going straight to World Liberty Financial. Who controls it? The Trump family. They're making a killing. Let's see. Yeah, and I got to skim through these because I have a hard stop in just a few minutes. All right, so that's news for today. We have, yeah, that's right, the pardon of CZ. New York City mayor. Oh, yeah, that is the talk of the town right now. What I find is interesting is most people have no idea of what socialist even means, communism even means, capitalism even means. They get into your political camps and listen to the talking points from news, and whatever's been demonized, they run with it without even understanding what it is. And lack of education will have you shooting yourself in the foot over and over again. One of the most funniest things, this was years ago to me, was the early days of social media, where one guy was ranting and raving against Obama, just hated Obama, and was like, I can't wait till we get rid of that Obamacare and all this other stuff. And the interviewer said, well, what health care do you think should we have there? He said, we should have the Affordable Care Act. I have the Affordable Care Act. It works for me. It works for my family. That's what we should have, not that Obamacare. And the interviewer said, that is Obamacare. The Affordable it's the same thing. No, it's not. And he was swearing up and down it ain't the same thing. It was the same thing. So most people right now with this mayor thing about, oh, he's a democratic socialist. the end of, hey, he wants to give everybody everything for free. This seems to be the major news. But coming from crypto, what is this? He doubles down on crypto. Call to kill bit license. So one, I like him because he's pro crypto. Just like when it comes to Trump, I like Trump's pro crypto stance. New York City is charging ahead to become the global crypto capital, backed by the mayor's aggressive push to scrap stifling rules and embed blockchain citywide. I'm all for that. Just like Donald Trump wants to make the United States the Bitcoin capital of the world and scrapping the SEC's aggressive approach against crypto. Now, politically, the mayor, this guy running for mayor, is on complete opposite political spectrum from Donald Trump. In fact, Donald Trump came out with a tweet blasting him. The Republicans are saying he should be deported. But when it comes to crypto, they're on the same side here. A legacy to leave. New York City mayor pushes to crown city as global crypto capital. Now, here's another top pop quiz. What was the first city in America that publicly made the claim that they wanted to be the first crypto capital in the United States? Anybody know the name of that city? Type it in the chat box. In fact, they were the first city to come up with their own token. So New York City Mayor Eric Adams emphasized his continued support. Oh, I read this wrong. They're talking about Mayor Adams, not the new mayor guy that's running for mayor that won the primary. All right, I got the. See, I read this live with you guys. I got it wrong. He's talking about Mayor Adams. So I need to know what is the I need to what is the mayor the mayor nominee of the Democratic Party? What is his crypto stance? I don't know that. I need to know that. So yeah, I had that wrong. They're referring to Mayor Adams here. So taking my first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin was a clear symbolic message I was sending out because there's a lot of misnomers about digital assets. Now, Mayor Adams used to be a Democrat. He was under investigation for fraud, found guilty. Donald Trump pardoned him. He became an independent, and now Donald Trump supports him. Isn't that a twist? All right, I know that. I got 1 minute. Okay, the other headline, Binance founder declares 0.1 Bitcoin, the future American dream. The answer is Miami. Miami was the first city. Binance founder declares 0.1 Bitcoin, the future American dream. Okay, back in the day, I used to say, if you just owned a quarter of a Bitcoin, you will be in the top 1% of all world assets in the world. Just a quarter. Right now, he's saying just 0.1 Bitcoin, and you will achieve the American dream. Housing leaders move to recognize Bitcoin as valid reserve capital in mortgage applications. So here's a personal goal that every single one of you has, and then I've got to run. Own and hold at least 0.1 Bitcoin. Okay? And don't sell it. Just hold it, and you'll be good. All right, that is it. There was another article here. I got to run. White House insider reveals crypto bill timeline. July will be a big month. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is going to be a hot summer. I don't know exactly what's about to go down, but it's going to be a hot summer. Samantha, one of your orders just executed. You made 1.5% on that trade using the new strategy. Congratulations, Samantha. Like I said, it pays to be in the inner circle. If you was trading with $10,000, that's 150 bucks you just made right there on that 1.5%. All right, everybody, that is it. We will be back Monday morning for those of you who decide to join our inner circle, and we'll talk about some crypto trades. And we'll be doing the 5-day challenge recap call Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Brandon Ivey out. Bye-bye.